Make it sound weird.
No. All right, so remember that chicken from Looney Tunes? I was like, I said. You remember that motherfucker? He was fucked up, right? Was he not raising chicken? Oh, wait, quiet on set. Yo, quiet on the set. Straight. Yo, quiet on the set. What's up, everybody? Welcome to PhuckWithPhilly, live from South Street. We're your hosts, MC Alley, Rondo, Keenan from Limbo, two wrists on the engineer, our photog Aaron, and our special guest today, Miss Audrey Ford. Let's give it up, guys. It was Memorial Day this weekend. Yeah. I just want to give it up for fucking United States of America, dude. Oh my goodness.
Sometimes thank you for all the soldiers that they're giving up their lives to help us stay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know we say a lot about the country. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this, fuck that. But at the end of the day, I respect all that shit.
Cause I couldn't do it. I don't think I will. My fault. It's nothing against the country, but
yeah. I think it's good.
Real deep, real quick.
No, it's just like
I start crying. Dude.
I think it gets to the point, right, that it's like, a lot of places have a lot worse, and like I know there are some problems internally. You know what I'm saying, within the system and everything. It's a basically young country. How old is this country? 300 years old, maybe. That's crazy.
Don't embarrass me. I don't know.
I'm just saying, England's been around forever, right? But I'm just saying, God bless the United States. We appreciate everybody that goes out here and does their thing, because what we're allowed to do in the United States because we're the United States is creativity, right? So what better to talk about creativity? Our good friend Audrey Ford, who is an artist right out of Philadelphia. So Audrey, how would you tell us like when you first wanted to become an artist?
I feel like it's not some miraculous thing that you wake up one day and you're like, I'm going to be an artist. It's like gradual over time, I was in high school. It was either you take gym or you do art. I'm not athletic. Yeah, I'm not athletic.
That was a choice?
It was either you take gym class and health class, or you take art or band. So my unathletic ass went straight to the basement to take the art classes, and then senior year I was like, well, I've been doing this for 4 years. I may as well go to college for it.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
They made us go to art class. I used to.
Yeah.
I used to like art a little.
I fuck with art. Remember Mr. Sheldon?
Mr. Sheldon.
Well, no one else did know Mr. Sheldon. Mr. Sheldon was that dude. He was a little angry a lot, but But that's cool. So you said, where did you go to school, by any chance?
I went to Cardinal O'Hara High School in the suburbs. It's a
cool.
very small Catholic school.
But they had a good art program.
No,
not at all.
Catholic school in the arts is like so broke.
What made it not good? Like what made it not?
Lack of resources, lack of funding, lack of participation. So yeah.
Was the school not like they didn't believe in stuff like that?
I feel like every high school has an art program, and some high schools are more about their art program than my high school was.
Our school was like all about.
Yeah, I find with a lot of the public schools, they really care about the arts, but with the Catholic schools, they're like, fuck these kids, let's just give all the money to sports. So it's
a different agenda. It's like a lot of private schools don't get the same funding. It's like charter schools. Like, people don't really know what charter schools are, and I don't really fucking know.
What is a charter?
Is it like a private school?
I know a little bit. Pretty much what it is, it's a privately funded school within the city. So the thing is, it doesn't have the same guidelines as like public schools, right? Like you need this, and that. So the thing with charter schools, I mean, you probably do, but I'm saying there's certain things that they don't need. Like for public schools, there's like certain standards that you need for each class or each food prepping.
You gotta get accepted into like a charter school, right?
And stuff like that. Because it's a small. It's like it sounds better than it is to get accepted to a charter school. And no knock on, there's probably some great charter schools because there's a shitload of charter schools in Philadelphia. But a majority of them are lacking funding in a lot of things. So if you see a lot of Philly kids schools, they'll go out for lunch, right? And like if you hear about that, usually you're like, what? That's crazy. Like I remember talking to someone, they're like, what? They get to leave school to go to lunch? I'm like, yeah, because they don't have a lunch program. So you gotta. It's not like a blessing. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to walk outside and you have to go get food because they're not gonna be. They're like, we don't fund food here. You know what I'm saying? So, but with art, right? So you kind of found yourself. You said about high school. I mean, have you always been painting? Like when you were younger, were your parents, were they? What's the word? Like creative or artistic?
My grandfather was an artist. He would do portraits. And then it kind of trickled down to my mom a little bit, but she never really, she would just like doodle on my lunch bag when I was a kid. And I think that was one of the things I was like, oh, my mom does this every day. Let me try this. So I would doodle, but that was it. And then once I transitioned into high school and I had to make that choice between working out or painting, I chose painting.
You're like, shit, I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but I feel like for a lot of artists, it's like the day they were born, they know. I didn't, like, I've always been creative, but I never really knew. Like, even up until the last days of high school, I was like, I don't know if I want to do something artistic or something more, you know.
That's how you know you're a true artist when you can't make your mind up.
Still to this day, I can't make my mind up.
So, I mean, like, with that, I think, like, when did you think that this would be, like, because, I mean, for you, like, if you follow on Instagram, if you want to give your little Instagram
Audrey Ford Art, AudreyFord.
Wait, side note, I always thought it was
It's not Audrey Ford the art. So many people think it's Audrey Ford the art. No. You know how many people come up to me and they're like, Ford the art? Yeah. Yeah,
Sorry,
no.
You can play either way. You know,
I get Mick Alley all the time. So like,
yeah.
oh, it's Mick Alley.
I thought your name was McAllister for a really long time.
That's fine, because my name's Ash, my last name is McDonald. But,
oh, there you go.
The one thing I don't like about that is there's this kid, Mike McAllister.
I'm your man, and
I don't fuck with that dude.
Wait, who?
Because he had my first and last name and his last name, and he had a whole other name too. So it's like you're just taking my whole identity. It's fucked up. You can't be doing this shit to me.
I don't remember that, fool. He was quiet as shit though. He definitely wasn't the first.
No, but like I said, you're always working, so it's like it's a thing that when did you decide to like do this, or when did you find like your niche to be like, oh, I could really do this full time? Was there like a moment where someone was like, that's dope, or was it a thing?
I would say junior year of college when I took ceramics. That's when I was like, oh, art's cool as fuck. My professor at Arcadia had a living off of his art, so that was really amazing to see. But then I took a painting class, realized I hated oil paints. I dreaded taking painting in college so much. And then I took it and was like, you know, this isn't that bad. And then I switched to acrylic painting, and then that one right there, that's the one that got reactions from a lot of people. The middle one? Yeah, the face.
Do you have a story behind that? Like, I feel like everyone has stories
yeah,
behind paintings.
Yeah, I feel like some of you have heard it. It was this time last year. I was a senior in college, right before graduation, probably like a month before, a couple days before my thesis was due. Me and my friend decided to take and eat the shrooms, which is like, it was totally normal. This was not no normal mushrooms because that shit was so strong. And usually when I'm under the influence, I like to paint because that's when all the creativity is like right in the forefront of my mind. And and I finger paint, so it's like I don't really need to think about it. I just dip my fingers and I go. And then that one, my senior thesis, I looked at a lot of ceremonial masks for grieving and the grieving process. So like a lot of cultures will mummify the faces of their loved ones that have died. So that was like very much on my mind. I had recently lost both of my grandparents, and then I started painting, and then I stood up and was like, holy fuck, it's a face. And then, it all just came full circle.
Wait, so hold on. Wait, you didn't know you were making a face?
No. Yeah. I stood up and was like, oh my God. Yeah.
That's the thing with like shrooms. I feel like it kind of like unmasks your face a little bit.
It does.
It's like this, right? You look in the mirror, you see yourself, right? When you take shrooms, you're like look in the mirror, but you don't see yourself. You see you. You see you. Like, you see.
It's a little bit deeper than
you see decisions. You see like because my buddy, shout out to my man Tyler, my co-host on Black Chew podcast. You can check that out too. But he talked about he took DMT and he had an experience. And he said with his, he got like he shot into space, like most people say. Like right when you hit it, you're like, and you just go in like the universe. And he said he was up in the sky and everything slowed down. And there was like a door, and the door opened, and it was like him. And he was just like this, and he was like, "What's going on?" He was like, "Yo, man," he was like, "What's going on?" Like he was all excited, and Tyler's just like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on, man?" And he's just like, and he was just like,
wait, so the person that he's talking to looks just like.
So
Tyler.
he saw. Wait, it was him. Wait.
How does he know?
Hold on, you can't just say shit like that. He just gonna say the craziest shit and expect us not to have questions. He saw him. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
All right, go.
Anyways, so he's like, "Who the fuck are you? What the fuck is going on?" All these questions that you just fucking asked me, but you didn't let me finish. Anyways, so fucking he's sitting there and he's talking to the dude and he was like, "Who are like whatever?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm like you, but I'm one of you. There's like 20 of yous in there though, but like I'm the first one you meet." He He's like, what do you mean? He was like, you know, like your feelings, like you got different sides of yourself, you got different egos, you got different visions of yourself. Like, you know, there's like different things. You kind of change your personality like throughout the day a lot. And he's just sitting there, he's like, oh, fuck, what are you talking to me? He's like, but I'm like chilling you, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's like all like broing out with him. And he's like, can I come in? Like, can I meet all these people? He's like, nah, you're not ready, dude. You shouldn't come in. And then he like pushed him, and then he like fell back into like reality and shit. It was fucking crazy. Yeah.
Shit,
Deep. But wait, but
I need some better mushrooms.
that's what I'm saying. Let's go back real fast. You said finger painting, right? Yeah. So when did you start to like think about like dropping the brush and like when did you, like what was that process? Like? I feel like that's not a thing. Like I don't hear about that.
Have you ever cleaned a paintbrush? That's old as fuck. All the paint is stuck in it, especially oil paints. I hate that stuff. And I'm so fast with painting, like I need to constantly switch things up. So instead of washing brushes, I'll just take a rag, wipe my hands, and dip into a new color. Or I'll take my dirty fingers, dip into some paint, and get some really interesting.
You can clean your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, so it saves you time.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yo, that's efficient.
Yeah.
Bro, like that's also great. That's unique as fuck.
Yeah. So you did it on like a time management kind of thing.
Kind of. I like to work very fast. Like all of these paintings took maybe an hour. Sometimes I'll come back to them a few weeks later and like clean slate paint over them. That one over there has a whole other painting underneath it, and same with this one.
We'll take pictures of it.
Okay. Yeah. They both have different paintings under them. Like the way I view it, they're like visual diaries for my day and like
so like
unloading my life.
So you say you do it fast. So like when you do you see this in your head, or you just
no,
like, go ahead?
You just go.
So when you go, you want to get it out as fast. Yeah. So what do you like feel like? What's like the build up to you like knowing like I want to just go in and do it?
I feel like a lot. I have really bad anxiety. I don't know if you ever knew that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of my art is like unloading that anxiety because sometimes you can't vocalize things. I was an art therapy student, so it like trickles back into so much other stuff. But yeah, sometimes you can't vocalize stuff, so you gotta find another way to unload that daily pressure. And like instead of smoking crack, I paint. You know?
I mean, I think that's what almost.
I was rapping about smoking crack before we started. I don't smoke crack. I'm sorry.
If you did, we don't judge you. This is fucking Philly. You know what I'm saying? We support everybody in the city. As long as you're not dipping out, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You're just killing yourself.
No, we support everybody.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Don't do crack either. Sorry. I gotta make that fucking clear.
We still love y'all.
Yeah. But I mean, you said with anxiety, I think a lot of people could benefit from those things. I think the problem nowadays is people are so cooped up. Everybody has anxiety. Who fucking doesn't?
Yeah.
What is anxiety? Anxiety is being scared, fearless, or fearful, I guess. And the word is overthinking. You overthink everything, right? I have this story, and I said it a bunch of times, but I guess I never said it on here, so fuck it. So I was at Jew camp, right? Because I'm a Jewish motherfucker, and we go to Jew camp and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not concentration camps, because then that's the next question everybody asks me, and I'm like, no, it was actually fun there. You know what I'm saying? Got my first hand job there. That's like becoming a man, you know? Whatever. Anyways, look. So I was at camp, right? And there was a zip line we had, and it was a super sketchy zip line. Because what happened was you had to climb up this big, like it was probably 100-foot tree, right? And then you had this little platform, and you jump and you free fall for a little bit, and then it yanks you, like you free fall into the line, and then you just get out. So you're in like free fall for like a good, maybe 3 seconds, but it feels like eternity when you're free falling. Cause you're like, oh shit, like you're just helpless looking at the ground, you know? And we look at it, and everyone's thinking the same thing. I look around because I'm like this. I'm thinking like fuck this, right? And then I'm just like, and I start looking around. Everyone's like, fuck this, and I'm like, all right, well we're gonna stand here all day. I either could do it first, or I could think about it all day and then get stressed out about it. So I was like, I'll go, and I'm scared, probably more. Wait, think about it, watch people, take your time, those kind of things.
This is the first time you felt like that?
First time, and I was like this. This was the first time I realized like what anxiety was and how overthinking could really fuck you up, right? So I'm climbing up this tree, and I'm up the tree, and I'm like, I look down, I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I'm already up here, whatever.
Might as well jump.
Keep going. So I keep going. Then I'm up at the top, and I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm looking down. Everyone's just sitting there like shitless. They're like, is you really about to do, like, you know what I'm saying? We all have to do this, and I'm just like this. And I'm looking around, and all my head just starts to fill up with what is, and when that happened, I just closed my eyes and I just jumped, and then I was fine. And the best part about it was when I was at the bottom, I got to watch everybody else freak the fuck out while they're doing it. And I was like, yeah, you know. And all I said was just jump, just do it.
I'm like visioning this shit. I'm looking like,
But anything like that, like I feel like a lot of people they get freaked out about small things. Like I'm about to go to a party, right? A lot of people get that nowadays, I think. So then they think, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna da-da-da-da? Or you can just go. You can just fucking go, right? Half the time everyone's fucked up and not gonna remember shit anyways. So you know what I'm saying? You can say anything.
Like half the time, like especially if you got mad anxiety. Like I get mad anxiety before parties. I found myself I have to almost like get in character to go to a party and like feel like be somebody I'm not, because it's like inside I'm really like, yo, I'm like, these people, like, you know what I'm saying?
I think, but like
it sucks. It's like weird.
But with stuff like what Audrey does, right? When she talked about how it started to get rid of her anxieties and stuff, I feel like everybody needs that outlet. Oh, sure. You can never get rid of it. But, like, I think even being able to manage it, it kind of gets rid of that, like, initial, right when it starts coming, you know what to do. You know what you can do instead of getting lost. Just like exercise.
Well, the thing you mentioned with, like, overthinking and anxiety, with this, there's no thinking. So I think that's part of why it's so therapeutic to me is that not my brain shuts off, but, like, everything that I was thinking about, just
like meditating a little bit.
Yeah, it's my own form of meditation. Yeah, it was the perfect way to put it. Yeah.
Did you learn that through like? Would you say you
if you could talk to the mic a little more?
Art therapy.
My bad.
Talking to the mic. Yes, I have an art therapy degree from Arcadia University.
I'm just
if
you want to know.
I took art therapy. It's cool, but I'm not doing it right now.
How do you feel like Philly, like being in the Philly scene or anything like, or if there is a Philly scene?
There is a Philly scene, yeah.
But I'm saying for the like, how's like you think being in Philly, being around Philly, has like influenced your art in general?
I just posted about this the other day on Instagram. Literally 5 months ago, if you asked me to submit my artwork to a show, I would have said, fuck that. Anxiety, number one. Oh, my work's not good enough, number two. This month, I have 3 shows every other weekend. So it really is like, once you... Thank you, shameless plug. Yeah, so...
That was a fun time.
Yeah.
That's how we got our cover.
It's one of those things. Once you climb up the ladder and jump, you're just sailing from there. Like,
and it's funny because then you look back and you see.
Yeah, and it's like, why was I so nervous? Why was I? And you see other people coming into the shows for the first time, and you're like, don't be scared. It's the best. Yeah.
So, like, did you hook up with a certain organization?
I'm gonna shout out to the Philly Art Collective right now because they really. I found them on Instagram, and they really hooked it up. They have women's solo shows every Wednesday, and they have like an annual festival for just women artists. I'm in one tomorrow if you guys want to come. 253 North 3rd Street. It's 253 North 3rd Street, Philly Art Collective. It's a really cool group of people. They support women in art and people of all backgrounds and artistic styles and levels of art. Like it really is such a great, and social media has helped too. As shitty as that is to think that like staring at my phone all day helped me connect with so many people and get my art out there. It has. It really has. Yeah, because you connect with one person that's going to support you. It's all over.
I feel like with social media, it can go either way.
Exactly.
There's not a lot of middles, right? So it's like you either are so disconnected from reality, or you got so into reality because of it. You got to meet people on like the same kind of spectrum that you're looking at too. Same wave.
Yeah, I feel like for me it was a little bit of both. Like I would, when I was in college especially, I would post stuff that I thought other people would like. And now I'm just like posting whatever I want. And I'm getting a good reaction from it, but even if I don't, I'm like, well, fuck it. I liked it. I posted it in the moment. I don't care. Now I get to look 100%
of the shots you don't take. I think Kobe said that.
Michael Scott. Michael Scott.
Yeah, Michael Scott did probably say that. I thought Gandhi said that.
Kobe said that.
Do you Gandhi play basketball?
I don't care who said it. That shit makes sense.
No, I got one better.
So, like,
where is my son?
Huh?
Marlon from Finding Nemo.
Wait, that's also like a million movies though. Isn't that Taken too? That's Taken. Where? Or it's my daughter. Where the fuck it is? Same premise. You know what I'm saying? But also, listen. This is where it comes down to. Don't give a fuck about what other people think, because you know what's the craziest thing? You are drawn to people that don't give a fuck about you, right? They don't give a fuck.
Why is that?
Because it's a special thing because you envy the fact that they don't give a fuck. And you wish you didn't give a fuck. Right. So if you don't give a fuck, it just all works out. You know what I'm saying? You're a happier person. Talk your shit. Say your shit. Sorry. Yeah.
Being empathetic, I try so hard not to give a fuck, yo. It's like hard though, yo, real shit. And it fucks me up because I was talking about this the other day. Like, we'll ignore all the people that are like there for us and shit. But we'll like look. It could be 100 people in a room there for you, right? But you look at that one person that's not, and you're just like trying so hard to like.
I think you need to be selective of who you give a fuck about, and then everybody else is everybody else. The people you give a fuck about, you treat them right, you do them right, they do you right. It's a good community, right? But I feel like the people you don't give a fuck about, like, keep that out. Like the haters, the whatever, like any comments, whatever, like fuck them. There's always gonna be an asshole on the road, right? But you're gonna let them ruin your whole fucking day? No, fuck that. Think about all the other fucking things that are going on. But with the organizations, right? So do you feel that they're like, how do you see them growing through these years? I mean, the Philly Art Collective has only been around for like a year.
It's been around for a little while.
Okay,
yeah. I've only been doing shows with them since February or March.
Well, how do you
Instagram. Yeah, stumbled upon it. It was like 20 minutes before I was gonna go to work. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna submit work. Got an email back right away. Paid my submissions and it's.
So you gotta submit it. What is it like? Check it out.
You just have to submit work just to like prove that you're an artist and that you're committed to coming to the show. What do you mean?
Prove you're an artist.
That you create something.
I guess that makes sense.
Because you know how many people could just sign up and be like, oh, I make art, and then show up, waste space, and not have anything to.
True.
Yeah.
But also, like the thing that I feel is a problem with a lot of like art schools and things, right? Is that it is so subjective. Yeah. If you have a teacher that's like, this is nonsense. Like, do you think fucking Jackson Pollocks, right? That are just fucking. Imagine him in an art school. There's probably someone that's like, there's nothing to it. Yeah. But then he leaves art school and people are buying it for millions of dollars. That's why I think that like these art classes and things, sometimes you really need to be like, because I know someone that was a talented artist, you know what I'm saying? And was just in school and kept failing projects because they almost thought too outside the box on things. So I feel like, but what's cool about this is that like when we went to one of these art shows, there was music, there was drinks, beautiful people, weed, everything that you could think of, and just art, different kinds of art. Every different kind.
So many different kinds of people.
Shout out Splatterhouse Collective.
It makes it so much more digestible. Like I've been to like art shows around that is straight up art at like people's schools and shit, and it's boring as fuck. And you're just like, this is not like.
That was one of the more vibey ones I've been to. I have another one coming up with them at the end of the month.
Yeah. You do? Yeah, you want to shout it out? When is it?
June 29th. I don't know where it is. It's on Instagram. Splatterhouse Collective and also the Color Collective.
So like, with your art, is there any kind of role models or people that have like influenced you to kind of like take it on full head? Because it's hard.
I knew you were gonna ask.
It's hard
that.
for any, but I feel like it's very hard for an artist, especially in because most art doesn't make a lot of money. Until you really put like all your eggs in that basket, and I feel like you really take that shot, you jump, right? Like jumping off the fucking zip line, right? So I feel like for a lot of people, they have stuff, but it's hard for them to take it full circle because they have jobs, they have commitments, they have things. They make excuses to like not chase that dream. So like, I mean, for a lot of people, I don't know what it is, but a lot of people, it's like someone that said something, that did something, or that first time you sold your first thing. Like, I know it's a deep question, but still.
I've never thought about that. Yeah. Wow. I have a friend from high school that's been supporting me. And he bought the first painting ever. So that was cool. It felt amazing. It felt very sad to like let one of my children go. But every time I go to his apartment, it's hung up front and center. I feel like such a proud parent. I'm like, I fucking made that with my fingers. Like, I raised that. And now it's,
I feel like any creation is like a child, because you love it so much. You don't want anything to go wrong with it. And it's hard to send it out to the world, but then sometimes when you send it out, that's the best thing you could do, It's like you're not suffocating it, you know? It's like let people see it. Like there's a cool Apple commercial. Shout out to the Apple commercial where it's like really weirdly animated, but it was this girl that was in a thing, and I'll probably put up a little video right here. But it's this girl in this little thing, you know, she's like drawing pictures, she's like a dog and shit and stuff. And she keeps drawing pictures, she like puts it away, and it's like some Christmas commercial or something, right? And then out of nowhere, like a wind gust and all of her paintings fly out. And she's like, oh my God. And she runs around the town and she finds like it all over the place. And she's like, fuck, like I can't collect all this. Yeah. And then she sees an old lady pick it up and she's like, this look in her eyes, just like, oh shit, look at this. And then she starts feeling something. She's like, okay. Yeah. And then she looks around and someone else is like, oh shit, look at this. Like a different one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you just gotta stop being fucking scared. All right? Stop being scared, children. This is what you gotta do. I know y'all watching people play video games and shit. That's the number one thing. It drives me crazy. I don't get that.
I ain't gonna lie. That's my fault. I'll be on Xbox Live, man.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. I don't need to be talking shit. But I'm just saying, you know, like.
When my gamer tag, hit me up. You know what I'm saying?
Just get out there. And like what you did too. You got out there. And now you're doing it. And like what ideally, like if you had like a crystal ball, how would this all play out?
Oh shit. I would not go to grad school. I would pay off my student loans and I would sell art forever. Yeah.
That's a great that's a great educated answer right there.
Yeah. That's on my mind every day. Art therapy is cool and I love it, but I don't want to. At least not right now. I don't want to go to grad school. I'm having so much fun.
I think with a lot of the art stuff, it's about a resume.
Yeah, it really is.
If you have a resume, if you've worked shows, if you have
It's different with art therapy, though, because they're more focused on psych and art and experience. Okay. So I really don't want to go down that path right now.
Yeah. Drifting from art therapy, you say?
Not drifting from. Art therapy will always be part of what I do, part of my art. It really is something. But I don't... Sorry. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying what like about art therapy, like what like what like there's a lot of people with problems, right, in the world. So like what realm of people do you think art therapy could really help?
Everybody. I worked at Children's Hospital for a little bit, and I worked with kids in the dialysis unit, and you'd be surprised. Yeah. Even people that are there for medical treatment, any sort of little creative interaction can really make a difference on someone's life. Even if you're not trying to work on their trauma throughout the years or anything like that, that session for 45 minutes, an hour, that can really improve their day-to-day life, take their mind off of all the shitty things that they have going on. So it really can make a difference. It's stuff you don't think about, because when I went into art therapy, I was thinking more clinical, private practice, sitting down as therapist and patient. But then when I got into that setting, and we had it was like a mobile cart that we would take to all the rooms. It was really cool.
Do you feel like No, I was saying that was great.
I was saying, do you feel group? All right, so what do you think is better for someone, a group therapy session or like an individual kind of thing?
I'm speaking on my knowledge as someone with a bachelor's degree. I'm not practicing right now. Group therapy can help you realize that other people also share that issue, and make you more comfortable with discussing it, even if you don't want to necessarily talk about it in group therapy. Sure, yeah. If you hear someone talking, so maybe it can help you open up with your own therapist about it. So it really all depends, but it depends on the person and what you're trying to address.
It's like AA meetings have worked so well for so many people. It's because people are embarrassed by the fact that they're like, dude, I can't control things, And then you have other people that are like, the first thing you say is, this is my name, I'm an alcoholic, And then they sit there and they're just like, oh, like it's almost like, here's my laundry, here's my skeletons, like y'all got it too, kind of thing. So with art therapy, like, is that something that you would love to do full time, or or are you kind of riding this nice wave of going to these shows and living
riding the wave a little bit? If grad school was free,
I
would absolutely be in grad school right now, but I'm not taking out another $60,000 student loan and bumping into six digits of debt. I don't want to do that. I'm 22. There's no reason to have that much debt.
No, fuck that.
That shit gives me a stomachache.
Yeah. We talked about this last episode, how I feel community college should be free for 2 years. And you get a nice, if you have a 3.0 GPA, third year's free. Another 3.0.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to work so hard that he's going to have to worry about money. That's what I'm doing. You see me now? All these fucking things I'm doing anyways? Shout out my son, my seed. Straight out of me. You're a beautiful man. I love you so much. You've changed me into the best human being I could possibly be. Anyways, all right. So this is a good time. We talk some real shit, and now it's time to talk your shit, right? Some questions, right? Something to think about, right? I mean, I'll start. The one I got was a little deep, but like, fuck that. You know, we already got a little deep anyways on this one. All right, so ready? Top 5 movies. Or top 3 movies.
I have a list in my phone of this.
Okay, all right. So should we do 5 or should we do 3?
I got 3. I think
You say top 3? Top 3 is more. What is it?
About to whip this
you could argue about it.
Is this
All
like
right,
all right.
Top 3.
All right, what I'm saying with these questions, are these like going to be
All
personal?
time.
Are these personal for us or like what we want to be like a great
no.
movie?
Tell me shit. Wait, Audrey's got it. Don't look at it.
Wait, you got a movie?
That's all we got the mics for. All right. So, all right, your top. Do you have how many?
It says best movies in no order.
Nice. Okay. All right. So just name 5 of them for us. Top 5.
My 5 favorite. Beetlejuice has been a favorite since I was a kid. Coraline. I watch that movie all the time when I'm high. Phenomenal movie. Yeah.
Cool animation.
Yeah, and that's another thing, like the art style and that stop motion is so cool. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay, classic.
The Truman Show, that movie. Yeah, that's one of those deep movies you put on and you're like, who am I? So I really like that movie. And let's see, A League of Their Own. That's another good
All right, you want to go next?
You didn't say the one that I laughed at the most.
Alright.
The one that I liked.
the Lego
No.
movie?
No.
Oh, the Lego movie says.
It starts with a B.
That is that shit. Everyone saw some.
No.
Bugs Life's great.
Bugs Life is
Did you say
underrated as shit. You ever see Ants?
You said it? I didn't.
You ever see Ants?
Ants.
Ants? Yo,
Ants
got
very
some
good.
real
Some.
yo.
I don't think I saw
Well,
it.
no. All right. Ants got some real like lessons in there, yo. What they say about the crickets? They were like, they were saying like it's more ants. Basically, they were saying it's more ants than crickets, but they
There's
keep
more
them
ants than,
controlled.
like-
They
there's
keep
more
them
ants than-
controlled by thinking they like are bigger than them. Like if all the ants would get together, they can overtake the crickets. But like I don't know, that movie was deep. I don't know.
So basically,
That's
where
the
they
deep movie.
It was deep. It was
I thought
symbolic.
you were
as
talking
fuck.
about like real nature shit.
No. I'm talking about the movie Ants. Like
I feel like ants fuck up crazy.
they would collect all the food and give it to the fucking grasshoppers.
So
and
wait,
just take that shit.
You're 5.
My 5.
Or do you want me to go? All right, you go 3.
I got 3.
Go 3.
I got no order,
Number 1. No. Number 1.
but Forrest Gump, yo.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump is my all-time favorite
Took
movie
that right
ever.
off my tongue. I'm not gonna say
Ever.
best movie of all time, but that's my top
Ever.
3 for sure.
Good one.
It's drawn, but I'm gonna say Paid in Full, just because I feel like they got like a lot of lessons in there.
Okay.
Paid in
Hey,
Full.
go and say the last. I already know what you about to say.
What's the last
Go
one?
ahead.
last.
Go ahead. Say it.
What you think I'm about
Go
to
ahead, say it.
So
I
actually, I'm drawing the blank. So
Hold
say
up.
it,
I know you're
I'm just,
Go ahead. Say it, yo.
huh? Cars.
Cars?
I'm just playing.
I'm about to say what? What the fuck?
Yo,
Wait,
what
what you about to say? Go ahead. Say it.
I don't know. I can't think now. Like fucking.
All right. Well, let him
Fuck
let him
up.
marinate on that shit. I got you.
No, I can, all right, I got 2.
I got you. I'll do 2 quick joints. I mean, it's pretty
quick
cliche,
Go for it,
but
Keenan. What is it? Oh, all right.
set it off.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Set it off.
It's my shit. Tell me, all right, keep it a beat. Y'all grown ass men.
All right,
When,
let's get
when,
through
when
this.
Queen Latifah died, did you not shed a little like,
I'm not gonna say no, but
bro? I was like, damn.
whatever.
Oh
I'm
my
not gonna
god.
say yes.
Training Day, of course, everybody fucking.
Train.
that.
Oh fuck. Training Day. That's my
That's what
third
I
one.
was gonna
That's my
say.
third one. Training Day. I forgot.
We talking best movies of all time.
Are you serious? But
All right,
Training
I
Day?
like Training Day, but you're gonna say it's the best movie of all time.
That
Bro.
shit was hard. What?
That movie was hard as
Just
shit.
keep talking shit.
That movie was
I don't know about
We're
my
talking
third
shit.
shit. I gotta think about it. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no, they all got thirds.
I don't know. I don't watch movies like that.
All right.
List. Don't look
This
at
was
me.
like-
I had a whole list.
She had her list already ready to
Okay,
go.
my
Like,
top
she was
5.
JoJo.
Yeah.
Top
Cartoons
5,
is
right?
different. I'll be
Number 1, Pulp Fiction, easily. That's the best. Every time it's on TV,
See,
anytime
I've seen that shit one time. Man.
That is the best movie I've ever seen. The camera work, like I go to school for film, right? Shout out Temple University because you're dope. Someone just got killed, like never mind, I'm just joking. But anyways, but look, so fucking no, so Pulp Fiction definitely because the filming techniques, the storyline, it's perfect. It's a perfect movie. Every time I watch it, I'm always excited to watch it. Second is Fight Club. I like Fight Club because it's always a mind twist, even when I still watch it. I like the message behind it, where it's that, you know, kind of letting go of things will make you more human. Like, will make you understand people more.
Yo, I saw this movie like 2-3 times. And fucking, I never forget. You were the one that told me that was
Bronson.
with the same fucking person. No, in a Fight Club. I never
Yeah.
knew that was the same person. I was confused every
Brad
time.
Pitt and
Brad Pitt and
That's
Ed
like-
Norton. Like, I
Oh,
didn't know that
damn.
was the same guy, dude.
great movie though. Don't ruin it.
Oh,
Damn it, dude.
I mean,
Fucking. I guess who hasn't, but a lot of people haven't. All right, so fourth, Gladiator, Russell Crowe. Beautiful. Oh my God. You know how long it took to fucking shoot? They had armies of people riding on real horses, killing each other. Get the fuck out. You know how long that shit takes? When they're out here doing, they got in the Coliseum, the real Coliseum. What the fuck? How is that not the... All right, that's arguably the best movie of all time. But I'll give it number 4, just because I love all those other movies. Number 5? Number 5. Jesus, Keenan. Number 5... Watchmen. You see Watchmen? It's a great graphic novel. Great movie. I'm not going to get into it. It's like 5 hours long, so like, you know, it takes a little while.
Like a superhero movie?
What's up?
What is that? Is that a superhero movie?
Yeah, Watchmen.
Well, look, I had a question.
Yeah, go for it. Talk your shit. You want me to talk your shit questions? Because I have Would You Rather next, but, you know, there's a bunch of those.
Would you rather? Well, I had a question, though.
What's up?
I heard, like, a couple weeks ago, probably, like, last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. It was, like, some shit where it was, like, a rich person said, you know how, like, broke people, I'm not going to say broke, but you know how, like, lower class people think that, like, not think, but, like, a lot of people think that money is the root of all evil. Mm-hmm. The rich guy was saying he don't think like that. He thinks poverty is the root of all evil.
Poverty.
And he think that because it's like, he was like, when you in poverty, you do like anything, you know what I'm saying, to survive. You can do, you gotta do anything, you know what I'm saying. You're not even thinking rational just because you're so fucked up.
So he's basically saying having is not the root of all evil. Not having is the root of all evil.
Exactly, because of what you do when you don't have.
So what about depriving
and what
people?
you do? What about depriving people?
A lot of rich people deprive people so they don't get to their level. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I like that.
Well, the rich, because they think
agree with that,
I feel like the rich think the poverty is evil, so they make it hard for the people in poverty.
But the people that's in poverty think that the rich people are evil.
But they can't possibly make it hard for a rich person.
What did you do to get all that money? Like,
exactly. That's a good point.
What did you say?
Poor people can't make it hard for rich people.
A rich person can make it hard for a poor person.
No,
rich person can't affect.
Poor people can make it hard. It's like this. Think about like.
But you know what's crazy?
But they don't. But I know what you mean. Like,
because you think you're powerless to the rich.
That's how.
But you gotta understand that you're not. You are what pays the rich, right? Like politics and everything. You're like politics for everything. No. We do. It's just everyone thinks that we're powerless to everything, so we don't do things like vote or protest or get out there and do things. Do you know what I'm saying? Spread word, do these kind of things. You know how many like community organizations have changed the United States more than the government has? There's an agenda and everything.
Well, yeah, that's
right?
because like it's right there rather than like going through all these steps to, like get to the
But
top.
people don't support your local shit. Like fuck with Philly, support us, or you're a fucking asshole, right? Give me some fucking money. No, I'm just playing.
Pay up.
I'm broke.
I just think that,
and I'm having fun still, but fuck it.
Money, it's not even money. It's like I don't know. I feel like I'm like socialist. Like my idea, somebody was like, "Yo, your idea is socialist idea."
Define socialist.
But it's just like,
what that means.
Oh, can I do it?
Go ahead, define it.
Yeah, define it. Go.
I went to a socialist camp. My Jewish camp was a kibbutz, right? You know what? All right, I'll get in the crack real quick.
All these words.
All right, so ready? So ready? Rewind. All right, so ready? Back when Israel. All right, so ready? The end of World War II, right? A bunch of Jews died. Everyone was mad. So everyone's like, man, the Jews got fucked up. Let's give them a place, right? Give them Israel. But unfortunately, it was occupied by Palestinians, other Arabic countries, and all these other. Not unfortunately, because that is their land too. The problem with Israel is that it's 3 countries' land. So what I don't think Jews should own it. I don't think Arabics should own it. I don't think Christians should own it. Everybody should. It shouldn't even be a fucking religious state at all, right? Because we're all out here doing the same shit. It's all. I mean, I'm not gonna say the same thing. Someone's gonna get mad. But it's very same ideology. It's about peace, love, and humanity, right? So. In these kibbutzes, what they had, think about a kibbutz, right? Kibbutz is like a farm.
You still define it.
I like that.
Kibbutz, the word kibbutz, yeah, it sounds fun, right? Kabooty. Anyways, but look, so what you do is, it's like a farm. Think about this, it's like a farm, right? But you're a farm right outside of a city, because that's like what Israel is, right? You have, I mean, it's not a farmland, but it's like you have land and then you have a city, right? So you can grow things, you could do that kind of stuff. So imagine like not worrying about food, right? Because you could grow it. So, but let's say you have a household. So someone's got to worry about food. Someone's got to worry about going out to like make money elsewhere. Someone's got to worry about taking that person there and doing this. And it's like a whole organization, right? So what you do is at the end of the day, all that money that you have, and this is where it gets controversial. Like let's say you have a jar, right? This is a very broad, reasoning with it. But everyone is contributing to this house. They all throw in the jar. Anytime you want to take money out of the jar, you all go, what are we doing it on, though? Are we doing it on some bullshit for you? We doing on some. That's what I'm saying. So this is the thing with a kibbutz, right? And this is what is the small problem with socialism. I think socialism works in communities, right? But I don't think it works on a grand scheme because there's many variables to like. Let's say you're sick. Let's say you need extra money for insulin, or you need extra money for all these other things. That's where it comes down to.
Yeah,
like, that's
I just want to throw something in there. I just want to throw something in. It doesn't work with money though. You can't have a jar because if you have a jar, you're putting like a false like fucking
narrative on it.
You know what I'm saying? No, fuck that. You have to do. Everyone has to play their role. If you grow food, you grow food. If you help people that are sick, you help people that are sick. Okay. You don't want a fucking like
my mom
prize
said,
for it. Like just do it because
like,
that's playing your role.
Like. My mom used to say shit like that's almost too much like right. You ever know when shit makes too much sense? That shit not gonna happen when it makes too much sense.
But that's the problem though. I feel like that's the problem. It's like why won't that work?
It's like high
it can happen. It has.
And the socialism joint it can't be.
This is new.
Right.
Being like this is new.
Yeah.
It has been like that. The Indians were like that.
No. Wait.
Like, what do you mean?
Like
what you were saying.
Wait. Say it again. You said what?
You saying socialism? You said socialism is too simple that it won't work.
No. I'm saying that it's
too good to be true.
Exactly.
But it's not though. I'm saying this whole new like idea of like money and shit is not. Well, it's not new, but it's not like it hasn't always been like that. Like it's been like Indian tribes. It's been like mad tribes that don't even give a fuck about money.
No. I'm not saying that it does not make sense. I'm just saying that like
on a big scale, don't.
I'm just saying that like,
and I went to a Jew camp. I mean,
sometimes when shit makes too much sense, like it doesn't work out like that. Like it's not life ain't
Here's
that
the
easy.
Thing,
bro.
ready?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, you need.
Wait, is there any places that do socialism real quick before I ask you?
Yes.
Where?
So there's socialism
that's what I'm saying.
on a lot of places, right? There's socialism. Here's the number one thing that people consider with socialism is free healthcare. Well, and communism, I guess, but that's a whole different thing. So. Ready? Communism is socialism, but with a dictator. So it's always going to get fucked up. It's like, we have a king, but we're all fair. No, we're fucking not. The king's the king. Like, he gets everything, Shows out. Anyways, but fucking, what was I saying? See, this is why I don't get fucking fried on these shows, man. 'Cause I forgot what the fuck I was saying. I keep telling them every fucking time. These stony-ass motherfuckers every fucking time. Yo, Alistair, we rolling up. Can we just can we just smoke this on a little bit in the wheel? And I go, no. I go, no, let's just wait. Let's just wait till we're done. All right, yeah, I got you. Then we get to the crib and someone's like, man, I'm stressed a little bit. There's cameras and shit. You know what I'm saying? Can I just hit the joint for a little bit? Yeah. I was like, nah, let's just wait. You know what I'm saying? All right. But yo, we rolling now. So like, how about we just hit this joint a little bit, and then we all start forgetting what the fuck we saying, right?
Audrey's smart. She's like, no.
All right, so ready? Here's where I'm coming in, right? Here's the thing, right? So it doesn't work on a lot of scales, right? But what it does is democratic socialism. Democratic socialism is a different thing, right? It's your basic needs. Your health, right? And there's the thing. People get it fucked up, right? I'm not saying get rid of all private healthcare companies, right? Like Blue Cross, whatever. You could do that. You could pay for it. But I feel like you need an option that's like, I have no money, but I need to go to the hospital. I'm not going to spend $6,000 on a fucking ambulance and an emergency room that tells me I'm fine and they send me home. Get the fuck out of here. What I'm saying is, imagine if you had a free option and then you also have healthcare companies. Canada does that. That's a socialistic thing. UK, all these other places, right? So I think having the mix of business and free things helps everybody. Because you have business being like, you could do better, And then you have free things that are like, this is fine though too. It's options. Instead of being broke, dying when you're 50 years old.
Sort of like Medicare, Medicaid.
Exactly. And people get that twisted because they're like, oh, this is some Russian shit. This is some communist nonsense.
Very ironic, though, because I am a pharmacy technician at a place that deals with Medicare and Medicaid patients. So we deal with a lot of people that cannot afford basic medications.
And it's important.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just being fucking alive.
Yeah.
We live in one of the most... It's weird. We live in a very progressive plus backtracking society, which is beautiful in a good way. Because we don't move on too fast, where we just have our heads in the clouds thinking like peace and love and all this other stuff. But then we also don't have some assholes that are like, everything's fucked up. Blah, blah. It's like a nice mix of both. And that's why happy Memorial Day, everybody. God bless you.
I feel like we're just like super technically advanced, but we're like, I feel like emotionally, like you have to have like fucking emotion, you know what I'm saying? Like we weren't like emotionally developed correctly. We were fucking technically developed in school, you know what I'm saying? They didn't teach you about like feelings and like art and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
It's assembly line shit. That's what most schools are. Is it teaches you how to work on an assembly line, where it's like, don't ask questions.
Yeah. So that's
read this 60-page thing of Shakespeare that no one gives a fuck about anymore, and do this.
That's the point we're at. That's the point we're at now.
Hey, man.
That's the point we're at now. We're so technically like fucking smart that we're like emotionally stupid, I think, and we don't know how to relate to each other and shit. That's why I feel like artists like honestly have the fucking responsibility to step up and take this country back. Like whether you make music, you paint, like all type of artists, you need to we need artists.
But
to
I
step up
think it's a nice mix, right?
You know what I mean?
Because in the end of the day, there are some bad people in this world. We've all met them.
That goes back to my question.
It's like this. My parents always said this: why have a gun in the house, right? And then a lot of times I try to explain to them like, why do you have people after you? We're in a nice place, and I'm just like, yeah, but like. If I keep it away, I'm not keeping it on me on my hip. I'm not walking around. This is where I think. This is where I get some shit sometimes. I got some shit on the Black Jew about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out our buddy Sean Wiggins. That's my boy. But like, some people believe in like full gun laws and some don't. The one thing I don't believe in, and this is the only thing, is just carrying this shit on your hip constantly. That's the only thing. Because what if nobody did? Right? And the thing is, like, I believe you should have it at your house. If someone breaks in your house, fuck them. You should kill that motherfucker because they're after your family. They're after your being. They could kill you. They don't care about you. So why should you care about them? It's like a bug. It's like a spider, right? That's what I think. If a spider was my size, you think they're like, oh, we should put it outside? No, they're eating me and fucking tying me up.
It's sad that we're at that point in America that is just like, fuck. It's like, even if you don't want to have a gun, you can't do anything about someone else having a gun and trying to hurt you.
I know.
So it's like, what are you going to choose?
You know, there's more guns than people. Be
susceptible to violence or like
in the United States.
Get down or lay down.
There's
like,
double guns than people in the United States. It's pretty crazy. So what are you gonna do then? And that's the thing. It's like we kind of invested a problem. So it's like, does everybody have a gun? Like in that South Park episode. Shout out South Park. That's my favorite show. But like, it was funny. They're all sitting at dinner and they start arguing, and someone pulled a gun, and then someone else pulled a gun. They're all pointing guns at each other. They're like, wait. Let's talk like rational people. And they sit down. They have this like really intellectual conversation. And then as they're putting the gun away, they're like, wow, these things are amazing. You know what I'm saying? And they just put them away. And it's like, we're more sensible because of these. But I just think that like, I don't know. I think that when you bring violence on yourself, right? If you're ready to pop off on somebody, like how many times are you mad as shit in traffic that you're like, this motherfucker cut me off, he could have killed me.
Anybody that drive with me,
and you gotta
fuck everybody that's driving.
And you got a strapperoni on you.
Yo,
but that's what I'm saying. Why not just not have it?
I'm constantly in their car
it?
scared. Huh? I'm constantly in your car, and both of y'all cars scared.
For what? I'd be scared of
my life, yo. What?
Yeah, Ronald do drive like GTA. You know what's funny? I was watching Ronald play GTA, right? And I was like, this is how he drives. This is how he drives.
Jumping out in traffic.
He trusts his brakes hard as shit.
I had to live for a little bit. I got 5 stars for 50
Aaron, that's still running?
Yeah.
Looking good. All right, we all looking good.
I'm playing wrong, but actually drive.
He drives way too fast with no seatbelt on his phone all the time.
You gotta realize I'm a vet though. I've been driving.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's that one time where you're gonna be like, oh shit, looking at your phone and just fuck up.
Call me Ricky Bobby Rondo.
But shit, man, you should be on the racetrack for that. No, that was me just knocking this show on. All right, so wait, you got any more conspiracies, bro?
Do I?
Yeah, you got one more.
I know I do. I got a whole bunch of them.
No, John, we were talking about in the will. Or so, all right, you might as well play Would You Rather first, right? All right. Would you rather never piss again or shit again?
Oh my god.
Yo, I would rather shit. Fuck shitting.
Fuck shit?
Yeah,
yo,
just
fuck pissing, yo. Pissing makes me so mad.
But think about it. You can just piss and just keep moving. Like fuck it. We just pee real quick. Keep going.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, right? What are you doing? You gotta get up to pee when you're fucking. You could sit there and hold a shit in for a while, right? I cannot hold a piss in, bro. I can't.
That's the worst.
It wakes me up from sleep.
You can't go back to sleep.
I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping like this, and I wake up and I go, fuck that shit. I look at my stairs. I live in. I'm like downstairs. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go upstairs to get to the fucking bathroom, and I'm like, no, I'm not going up the stairs. I go up the stairs. I wake up, and I go back to sleep, and I wake up again like 20 minutes later because I have to piss. Honestly, bro, much rather. What?
I don't know.
What? Not piss anymore?
I'd rather not piss anymore than not shit anymore.
I'd rather not shit though. Think about all the times you just. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That is true.
All the times you just ate real crazy. It's Thanksgiving. You just ate all that shit. And all you gotta do is pee after. You be good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got shit.
Would you rather?
You would never have to buy toilet paper. Think about it. You saving money now.
Fuck that, dude. I'm telling you, piss.
I have a different body part than you guys, so it's different.
It's different.
Peeing sucks, right? I feel like peeing is so annoying, you know. It's like something's going on. I'm like, fuck, I have to piss. True. Right? Most of the time, do you not have to piss? And this is another thing I got all the time. Ready? Yo, real shit. Yo, I got a whole other thing. Yo, I'm just saying. I got my car. I got everything, dude. All I'm saying is that fucking like, all right. So most of the time you're stressed, right? You're sitting around. You're thinking, like, man, what the fuck's going on? No, it's not even piss. Most of the time it's because you got shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, isn't that a weird thing? Like, you're stressed out. I guarantee after you take a shit, you're like this. So what the fuck went on? You're fine.
Shit no more, would you still fart?
That's a good question. I don't know. I made up this thing, so how about this? Ready? How about you still fart?
Still fart?
Yeah.
But would you have to flush it when you fart?
Yo, what you talking about? What the fuck? What kind of farts you got?
Yo, would you rather not
Ronald got
fart
the
anymore or burp anymore?
Ronald got the wet ass farts, so you gotta flush it.
Like you gonna have what else?
Ronald's like, I gotta fart. You like start farting to the toilet. It's just like
you might as well just flush your fart. You can't
right?
shit no more. The least you could do is flush your fart.
You think that works? That probably
you know
works,
what I'm saying?
right?
Like, damn, that's just stink.
You think when you flush?
Yo, Kevin's
wait, hold on, wait.
Kevin's like, what the fuck?
Wait, hold on. You gonna fart on yourself? Are you telling me? Are you telling me that you would rather fart on yourself?
That's a good call though. Wait, so ready? How about this? Ready?
I don't know.
More so like if there was an event, I feel like this is gonna come right. You got an invention, right?
You got an invention?
Hold up. Ready? I got you. What the fuck? The future. Think about the future.
Is this about poop?
Listen, the future. The future, right? Everything's golden, right? The streets. Stop. Let me talk. Right? The future's bright. There's like streets. There's flying shit, but everything's quiet. You know, like everyone's bald and like tan because that's like what it's gonna eventually gonna be, anyways, right? And then we're all walking around. And let's say you got a fart, right? But you got this like dream catcher thing, right? And you fart into it and it smells awesome. It's like an air freshener for your ass. No, it's an air freshener for your ass. Listen. Wait. It's an air freshener for your ass, right? So you just put it back there when you're about to fart, and you always keep it on. It's like a wallet, you know? You keep a wallet on. You always keep your like ass catcher, where the fuck they call it. You know what I'm saying? And you fart in that on. It smells delicious right after. Maybe you get like a fortune cookie after. Maybe you get a fortune cookie, and it's like, wait, no. You get a fortune cookie that tells you like everything that's gonna go on today for what you ate. You're like, you know what? You have a lot of carbs in you. Maybe you could run a little extra. Maybe you could bench a little more. Maybe you could take that hike that you're thinking about. You just like go to the beach.
That shit would be game changing. How much would you sell that shit for?
Millions, dude. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna sell it to Uber, and they'll just sell it in Uber or something. You know what I'm saying? Someone's gonna buy that shit. I'm gonna make so much fucking money. Any of y'all got any would you rathers or no? Oh yeah. Oh, all right. Facts. Ready? I totally forgot about that. Good call. All right. So ready? All right. All right. So ready? So we have a professional artiste here, and we have 3 not artistes here. So this is what we're gonna do. Ready? We're gonna have a competition. Timer 30 seconds. Kevin, you got a clock ready?
All right, give me 45.
All right, but let's get our paper and our pens ready.
Wait, all right, look, wait. Can you play a song real quick? Just so
And then Audrey.
play anything. Play something.
Wait, I don't know though. Play real low though. Play real low, cause then on the audio it's gonna sound weird. Always.
So is this freestyle?
Because this is gonna make my art. This is not gonna make my art.
We freestyle drone or
30
just
seconds.
Audrey,
Can I record this from my angle?
All right, bet.
Wait, listen.
Wait. Oh, my phone's right there. God damn it. I was gonna make some shit too. No, you're good. Is it running or probably not?
30 seconds?
Yeah? Oh, yeah. I have no idea.
Yeah,
so wait.
45.
Wait,
All
are
right,
we
so-
drawing something? Wait, we do have to draw a specific thing.
Self-portrait.
No.
Self-portrait?
No.
Anything. Fuck it. Anything.
Self-portrait, that's hot.
Anything.
Self-portrait.
All right, anything.
Anything. You can be whatever the fuck you want.
Yo.
Ready? That's still running, Aaron?
All
right, so we got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Is this fast forward by Jason John?
How much time, Kev?
15 seconds.
Fuck.
10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and...
All right, first off, let me describe it first. let me describe.
I suck, yo.
All right, Keen Drew Boz said juice.
Wait, yo,
all right, so let's,
Colton drew that shit.
No, I did. I did this. I just did this. Shut up.
Yo,
You brought that in your
always.
pocket.
All right, wait. Our hands are off the. Our hands are off the pen, right? All right. Who wants to go first?
This is a setup.
Who wants to go first?
All right. No,
Can you go first?
Me first.
Well, we gotta take pictures
All
of
right,
it after, so don't get rid of it. So
what camera shot?
it doesn't matter because I'll show it up like here anyways. But just
All
be like, all right, what'd you draw,
I got
Keen? Describe
juice.
it. Juice.
Yeah,
Describe it.
I'm more into like realism, you know. I love drawing the environment around me because I'm taking all the energy.
Yeah, I
This
inspired
juice, and that
this
juice
nigga, yo,
was
look at him.
that juice was like, yo, look at me. And I looked at the juice and it understood me and I drew it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, ready? Yeah. I couldn't really come up with shit, so I just like.
Flip it over.
Oh damn.
That's a good interpretation too, though.
That's a self-portrait.
I said Ron.
Yeah. So I just like, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do this.
I do this.
It's like no, I've been doing that.
All right, so ready? I drew a street with like.
Yo!
Wait, listen, ready? Listen. All right, I'll show it. Ready? Or I'll show it on the other hand. Ready? All right, so ready? You got a street.
I also had an extra 30 minutes. Yo.
No, I didn't. We all did the same thing.
Yo, that shit like a resort. How'd you
Look,
do
so
that?
ready?
It's palm trees and
All right,
shit?
so ready? No, it's just. It's not palm. Let me explain
It
it.
like a real deal drive.
Yo, let me explain my piece, dude. Yo, grind this shit up. Get the fuck out of here. All right, so ready? All right, let me explain my piece, bro. All right, so ready? You got a long, narrow street, right? And then you got buildings. You got like triple X's, like porn or I don't know, some shit on like a building sign. And then you got, ready? Ready? That's a porch one, yeah. All right, ready? Or booze. I don't know, triple X, you know what I'm saying? Some shit that's like not good for you, right? Anyways. And then you got an alien ship, right? And it's like getting somebody right there. You see that motherfucker? He's on the street. He's like, oh shit, I'm getting sucked up. Wait, just, and then you, wait, and then you got. Yo, let me finish the rest. Let me finish the rest of it. Ready? No, then you got a hill. Then you got a hill with the sunshine. You know what I'm saying? So you got perspective. This is
Yo,
a.
I'm not hanging that shit on my refrigerator.
He pulled up one of them joints like, yo, what the hell? Like, yo.
Alright, Alistair wins. Damn.
Alright, shit.
Damn.
Did you know
Yeah, I knew
I did. I knew he
Right
tried.
when you said we're gonna draw
I
something.
panicked, yo. I panicked. I was like, what the fuck am I drawing?
I panicked too. I didn't know.
You just gotta stay prepared. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always do. I always stay prepared. You know what I'm saying? Ah, shit. All right. Bro, you got one more conspiracy theory, bro. It's a little controversial, but you know.
Let's talk
What were we
about
talking
how
about?
did
What
Alistair
was it again? I forgot what we were talking about.
It's about, you know, you. What you are.
Oh, yeah, what I am.
Yeah, you know.
Oh.
Alright, so yo,
What the fuck?
You have to say it,
That
bro.
makes it so much worse now. I was talking about what the fuck.
What you talking about? What's missing words? What you talking about?
Wait.
No, you're saying your conspiracy theory.
Yeah, you say it and then I'll explain it.
What's conspiracy theory? Yeah, I feel
Alright, so.
I feel like I'm gonna say something.
Our verbatim. I mean,
Is it the same one?
I feel like I'm gonna say something out of pocket.
no, I'm saying, are men pregnant
Oh, this is what I said.
because they're constantly fertile?
No.
We have
Would a man-
millions of people. Yo, we're pregnant. Bro.
No, but I'm saying, would you
As
consider
someone with
that?
a reproductive vagina, no.
Think about it.
No.
No.
How many babies
I'm not pregnant.
or how
dog.
many eggs are you're pregnant, bro?
I'm not pregnant,
You're
yo.
we're all pregnant. I'm pregnant. We've been pregnant, bro.
Yo.
You're pregnant.
Oh my god.
We all pregnant.
Yo, we can't
We're
get
in here
pregnant.
pregnant
We
right
cannot
now.
get pregnant. We're not. Yo, you know. All right.
Think about it. We're how many babies are floating around in sperm? Like 80.
But we're not. But it's
gazillion?
not. It's.
We're pregnant.
There's a certain amount of sperm that makes it.
It's like plants. It's like plants, yo. Like we plants or
seed?
Any plant. No. You need pollen, like to like go into like a female plant, you know.
We talking about Keenan?
And
That's
make it
not
a
what
flower.
it is. All right, first
It's
off,
not
this is
pregnant.
this is
yo.
how plants are
Yo,
made.
like, yo.
Plants are made by a
They need-
seed.
We're
in
talking about technically.
fertile soil.
Now, if you
A
want
plant is made in fertile soil,
But
right?
how do plants reproduce?
But listen,
off of a seed.
No, they don't.
listen,
It's just
They
a
reproduce from. Well, yeah, off of a seed, but
Pollination
from
is
a
different
female-
than-
from a female
pollination
plant.
is keeping them
Yeah.
going,
Tell
isn't
me
it?
if I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Like,
Women hold the eggs,
if
right?
a female plant gets close to a male plant, it'll just start growing seeds and shit. It'll be fucked up.
But a female holds the egg, right?
Yeah,
that's why
well,
we're not pregnant.
We're holding
we
kids.
can't reproduce.
So we just put something in the egg, right? Kind of, technically, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
So we're pregnant.
I mean, what's the definition of pregnant? I'm curious.
I feel like pregnant is not the proper term.
It's not the proper term.
I feel, but what's the definition of pregnant though?
What does pregnant mean?
With child,
With
carrying
child?
child, yeah.
That's a good idea. Two wrists, pull it up.
Two words. What does pregnant mean?
I mean, it's probably a Latin word for something though. Maybe it's like something that's like bearing.
It's probably bearing child or
Yeah.
with
Of a
child.
woman or female animal having a child or young developing in the uterus.
Are you pregnant? You got a uterus?
This is a different word.
No.
No uterus.
Maybe Ron does have a uterus, but I'm not gonna judge you for
I
that.
don't got no uterus. What is that?
It's alright, man.
Yo, you can't get pregnant because we have.
Is anyone going to address that?
Let's just move off.
Go ahead and find that too.
Alright, look up uterus. No, that's fine.
He just asked what a uterus was. We can move on. It's okay.
No, it's cool.
Uterus. What's uterus?
No, don't. Alright, that's good too. Alright, yo.
But wait, isn't there like there's probably listeners that don't know what that is though? The amount of many assholes don't know what a fucking uterus
A
is.
lot of people don't
No
know
offense,
shit
bro.
about our.
Oh,
Like,
it's dead ass.
a lot of people don't know anything about like what's our body at all. Like we don't know. Like I didn't even know what a thyroid was
you
until
know
I
what's
was
funny?
like
uterus?
20
How many
years
things
old.
do you know about the male body?
Nothing.
I have nothing.
I have no
and it's,
clue.
it's funny how that like how educated women are about their own bodies that men have no idea what the fuck the pipes are, the tubes, the whatever. Do you know what I'm saying?
The gonad.
We gotta. You know what? As men, fellas, as men, we gotta understand ourselves more. All right. We gotta stop not asking for directions and not asking for help. We gotta trust the doctor. And be like, yo, how does this work? What's going on here?
I know, yeah,
how
we
can I
gotta
make this
give more
better?
of a fuck,
We
right?
just gotta get more. We gotta get more emotional
Education
in general.
in
We got like.
This is the thing.
It's a man thing. I'm gonna be honest. My
Yeah.
pop never wanted to go to
Because
the
it's
doctor.
like
My
your
mom was
pride
always
is
like,
like,
"Go to the doctor.
yeah.
Go to the doctor." It was like, "Man, fuck the
It's
doctor."
a weird thing. It's
No,
a
you
thing
need
that
to
men
go to
are
the doctor,
already.
bro.
Women just like
Fuck your pride.
Health
Like
and all
fuck
that.
like
No,
macho
this
shit.
is
That's
the
what it
problem.
is.
This is the problem. Is guys
yourself.
feel
it's not even that. Look,
guys feel ready. Guys feel stupid for being wrong. Right? Don't you feel alright? So ready? Like if you don't know something, you don't want to act like I don't know that. You're always like, oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? All the time. Even when you don't know some
that's
shit.
Weak though, yo. That's
No, but that's what I'm saying though, and I feel like it's a lot of things with that's the same thing. It's like, oh, alright, fuck it.
But not even that. Think if you like playing ball and you fucking knee up, you just like somebody you shit.
Well, sure, overthinking's not a good thing. Overthinking's not a good thing, but at the same time, like, let's say you're fucking shitting blood, and you're just like this, and you're like,
What's with all
I'm
the
good.
shit
I'll just
talk?
fucking.
That's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that. I'm just saying, like, that's a concerning thing. If that happens to you, you should be concerned, right? It's a concerning thing that happens in your body and things, right? But I feel like a lot of times people will just be like, fuck it, I'm good. I'll walk it off. You know what I'm saying?
So I guess I was wrong. I guess we're not pregnant.
Yeah.
But I thought we had like a gazillion babies in us.
We're not that important.
We're all important. That's the problem. Not the problem. That's the meaning of everything. Is that we're all important. This is a delicate ecosystem. We're all doing the right thing. But look, if we're all out here, like, think about what this does, right? What does this do? Fuck with Philly, right? We're out here just fucking trying to spread word on healthy, beneficial, creative, insightful things. They're in Philadelphia, right? So this is what we do. This is what we talk. We talk our shit. We do our fucking thing. Audrey, thank you so much for coming on. This was a nice, fun podcast, fellas. And you know what? Cheers. Anybody still got a drink or anything? Cheers. Tell
Take
life.
whoever's this is.
Anybody grab some? It doesn't fucking matter. You gotta use drinking. Cheers, everybody. To life. To life, huh? To life. Till next time, kids. We're Fuck with Philly.
Yeah.